parsha, we learn about the story how Yitzchak, Isaac, our patriarch, found his wife, Rivka, Rebecca, and how they got married. Yitzchak's father, Abraham, had given a charge to his manager of his home, Eliezer, to go ahead and seek out a wife for Yitzchak. So Eliezer travels to Abraham's hometown, home country in Haran, and he goes ahead and is looking for a wife for Yitzchak to marry. And he makes a prayer and says as follows in this prayer. He says, God, I'm going to go ask a young woman for some water. And if she goes ahead and offers me water, not only for myself, but for my thirsty camels as well, she must be a special girl. And I think she may be the right one for Yitzchak. And so it was that Rivka, Rebecca, was going towards the well, and Eliezer approached her and he said to her, young lady, I'm so thirsty, can you please give me some water? I'm so dehydrated. And Rivka looks at him and says, not only will I give you water, I will give water to your camels as well. And Eliezer goes ahead and engages her in further conversation. One thing leads to another, and eventually he brings her back to the land of Israel to meet Yitzchak, and they eventually get married and live many happy years together. Now, this would seem to be a strange story. This would not go into the typical romance novel of how a couple meets. Oh, can you give me some water? And not only will I give you water, the response is, but I'll give water to your animal as well. What was so important of an indicator in that story that Eliezer thought she is a special person, and she perhaps would be the next matriarch in the Jewish people, for the Jewish people. In life, many times we are presented with many opportunities. We are presented with opportunities to be giving and to help others. And we're presented with specific tasks and challenges, and many times we meet them. But then there are a few people that go the extra mile. It is said that extraordinary is just giving that little extra beyond the ordinary. Not only to give what is asked, but to go ahead and to go the extra mile for the other person. What does that tell us? That tells us that the person is in a giving mode. That person is not only looking just to satisfy what's in front of them. That person always wants to go out and seek further opportunities to help others. Now that's an extraordinary person. And that's what Eliezer was looking for a wife for Yitzchak. He was looking for that person that not only wants to go and help people for their specific tasks and needs, but going beyond what's required, going the extra mile. And he found that special quality in Rivka. And he brought Rivka back to meet Yitzchak, and eventually they got married and lived many happy years together. Folks, we always have opportunities to be giving. There are so many situations, especially now with the story of Hurricane Sandy, where people have been displaced because of the storm. They've lost their homes, their monetary possessions, and even their clothing. And we are now confronted with the situation that we can perhaps help others. Let us not only look at what's needed, let us always be encouraged and be motivated to go the extra mile in terms of helping out someone else. Have a wonderful Shabbos.